over the years, many astronauts have donated time to space camp. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, in fact, Wally Schirra and Alan Shepard were the early participants in space camp. They gave back so much of their time and energy to space camp that it really gave us credibility. When Wally came for the first time or two, he talked about how he got involved in aviation, and he told stories about his dad would fly the airplane as a barnstormer, and his mom was a wing walker. And he would describe all of that. And then Alan Shepard came and said, to the young people, my hero was Charles Lindbergh. That was my era. And I looked at Charles as being the man who really set bold goals and accomplished them. And that's what I wanted to do. So I was very fortunate to have those kind of people available to me to not only communicate directly with the youngsters who come to space camp, but to go out and talk about space camp in the media and communicate it to other people. And consequently, we opened a space camp in Japan and Canada and Belgium. And so we were spreading that effort around the world, and it was because of those guys. And then Alan Bean, moonwalker, came numerous times, who now is also an artist. Jim Irwin, Gene Cernan, I think all the moonwalkers at one time or the other, the 12 astronauts who walked on the moon, came through space camp and made a visit or made a talk there during the time that the camp was getting off the ground. So it's been around a long time, and now we have graduates who have become astronauts. Dottie Metcalf Lindenberger, a teacher who became an educator astronaut, had a chance to fly in space on the shuttle, and now is back. And so we're very proud of that. We've got a couple other attendees, graduates of space camp that have signed up to the astronaut program. So it's beginning to have its impact. The fact that it's causing young people, and I know I get emails from numerous young people who now work in this field. In fact, here in Huntsville, there's a number of space camp graduates that are
here at the conference.
Yes, in fact, I saw several that were been in space camp, and in fact, one lady had been there 6 times. So they're amongst us. They're here. They're certainly engaged and very excited about the future. So I'm sure with the commercial space program moving out now, we're going to see a lot of those people working in different fields of the space program. We start off with basically space camp for you might say, the young generation, younger, 9, 10, 11. And then we opened a Space Academy, which was the next step. So it starts off about 9 for the younger ones, and it goes on up, and it goes Space Camp, Space Academy, Space Academy 2. We have a teacher program, which is very popular in the summer. In fact, we'll have several hundred teachers here participate in this summer program. And then, in addition to that, we have Aviation Challenge, which is a program that's oriented more to aviation. And the group of young people that we surveyed during the early years, we found out, of course, they all want to be an astronaut. That's their first preference. But then if they think about it, they'll say, well, maybe my second desire would be to be an aviator, to go into aviation, fly airplanes. So we opened Aviation Challenge. And that's a program that's oriented almost entirely to teaching you about aviation, fighter pilots, test pilots, and that type thing. And it also has age brackets, Mach 1, Mach 2, Mach 3, that you can sign up for. And we have an adult program for both Aviation Challenge and Space Camp. So that if you're an adult and you want to go through the program with your buddies, you can sign up and we can get you in the adult program as well. So it's got a range of all ages, in fact.
Over the 30 years that it has been in existence, it has served people from all states.
Every state in the union and about 70 countries now, I'm told. Yeah, and in fact, they have a special week set aside called International Space Camp, and that is the time when countries can send their top teacher and 2 students from their country, and they come and they sign up and they go through a week-long program with other countries, and the American teachers, the top teachers of the year from each state come that very week. So we integrate the international teachers with the U.S. teachers, and that's a wonderful experience to watch the teachers go through this program together, and they share their cultures are studied, and they have an opportunity to create a relationship with teachers from other countries, and consequently it's become very popular. That's the last week of July. They hold that every year, and they've had as many as 25 or so countries represented in those programs. But that gives our teachers in this country an opportunity to learn about how the teaching profession functions in other countries, what are their goals and objectives, and of course every country admires our space program, and that's one of the things that we're very proud of is be able to share that information with other countries and other teachers. And so it's great to see them come in and join our teachers and have that exchange of interest in space.